All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We got some Sunday night football action to jump into today. We're looking at the Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys here in some Sunday night action. We're going to go through this game. We'll talk about it. I do have one game pick on the game and then two player props that I want to jump into as well. Both of those player props plus money play. So stick around for that. Before we do, I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. We are grinding and putting out so much content in the next couple months here. We're not stopping with the MLB. We're not stopping with college football, and we have multiple NFL related videos coming out. You're getting daily content here. We are working tooth and nail and grinding to get a plethora vocab word of content out. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You will not regret it. And before we do get into the game, speaking of things you won't regret, go ahead and sign up for Prize Picks. You get 100% of your first deposit matched if you use the link in the description. I'll also throw it in the pinned comment for you guys. You got to act fast because obviously this Dak Prescott free square is being offered right now. Will he throw for 1 yard in this game? I think so, but who knows? If you're watching this too late, the square might be gone. It may have expired, but go ahead and check out Prize Picks. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially one of those DFS pick'em apps that you've probably seen plenty of. You pick 2 to 6 player props in one slip, and the more you hit of those, the more money you can win, and it could be free money. You get 100% of your first deposit matched if you use the link that we are giving you. So go check it out. You get this promo square, and you get that deposit match. Go ahead and sign up for Prize Picks, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this game. So I do have a pretty strong feeling about this game. I know a lot of people seem to be on the Giants. In fact, both the public and the money on the Giants as of right now, but I don't necessarily see it going that way. I do like Dallas here, minus 3.5. The total sitting at 45.5. I'll talk about that later on. But in terms of what we're looking at for a spread, minus 3.5. You can actually get it on BetMGM right now for minus 3. So a little bit of value there, and that is a pretty crucial number too. A field goal type number, right? If Dallas is to win this game by just 3 points, they end up pushing versus catching an L. So let me talk to you guys why I do like Dallas in this matchup, and this is obviously a divisional rivalry, yada, yada, yada. Dallas has won 9 of the last 10 games against the Giants here. They've covered in 7 of those games. They've won 4 straight in this spot as well. And then I don't necessarily think that it's really going to be that much of a competition. And I'm not trying to pump air in Dak Prescott's tires here. I'm more or less saying Daniel Jones really hasn't shown up to the party when these two teams have played as of late. So Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott, we could put them on the same level when it comes to completion percentage or, quarterback rating, blah, 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 right? But when they match up against one another, or at least Daniel Jones plays the Cowboys and Dak Prescott plays the Giants. Obviously, we've had some missed games with injuries in there and whatnot, but Daniel Jones, last 3 times playing against Dallas, only 1 touchdown pass, not really doing what he needs to do out there. Compared to Dak Prescott, that seems to play above average against these Giants, especially in primetime spots here. But against the Giants, career passer rating here of 99.4, which is above average for him. So, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be a spot where Dak Prescott goes absolutely off. I'm not trying to tell you that. The Prize Picks square, I do think he throws for 1 yard, but I think this is going to be just a little bit of an edge in the quarterback department because Daniel Jones going to make more, probably less mistakes than Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott, I think, is going to be able to kind of wheel and deal just a little bit more because what's Dak Prescott's biggest issue? He loves throwing to the other team. He must have like cross eyes or colorblind or something because the minute he's out there, he's looking around, he's like, oh, that guy's wide open. No kidding, buddy. It's a defender. In this case, I'm not really afraid of this Giants secondary. 2 rookies, their names are actually escaping me right now, but 2 decent rookies. I'm not knocking them, but lack of experience there for sure. And then Adoree Jackson there as well. I think he's going to be playing more of the slot too, but that secondary really doesn't make me shake in my boots. Maybe in the long term, sure, those 2 rookies can work out. They can play. They're versatile. I get it. But opening night on Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys, you got to have some cojones to show up in that. So I do think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there, and that's going to mitigate Dak Prescott's issues when it comes to throwing the ball to the other team. Will he still do it? I'm sure Dak Prescott will find a way, but I don't think he's going to go out there and throw 2-3 interceptions in a way that would kind of really, really alter this game. So I think that Dak Prescott's weakness is going to be subdued just a little bit due to that secondary. And while we're talking about defense, right, let's talk about that Dallas defense. Where's the weakness there? not much of a weakness. Yes, they're going to have some holes, some lackluster guys, but in terms of pass rush, DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, obviously two of the best in the game to get to the quarterback here. They ranked second last year when it came to sacks, whereas this offensive line for the Giants, obviously some things can change throughout the offseason and whatnot too, but in terms of last year here, fifth most sacks allowed, so you have an absolute mismatch there. Dallas sixth in getting to quarterbacks and hitting them, seventh in terms of quarterback hurries, and then fourth in tackles for loss. So that line of scrimmage, you might as well bump it back a yard, because this Dallas team, the minute that thing snapped, they're going to be through and they're going to be pressuring Daniel Jones, which I don't necessarily see Daniel Jones being able to sit in there and confidently throw it to his receivers that are being covered by Diggs and now newly acquired Stephon Gilmore. So I think that this Dallas offense is fast and strong. They have a lot of young guys. They also have a few veterans that obviously can coach guys up and play that sort of slow it down, play it strong type of a game too. So I really do think the tandem of Diggs and Gilmore is going to be worth it, because I think he can do a lot for Diggs, who obviously is a good corner, but lets up a lot of big gamble plays and that type of thing. So I'm backing the defense in this spot. I think that they're going to make it tough for Daniel Jones and the passing game. The rushing game, yes, still, but I think Saquon Barkley is talented enough to make it work and to be able to avoid these types of tackles for losses and stuff in most cases. So I'm not really knocking that, but I'm talking more or less the passing game here. But yeah, we're going Dallas -3 again. That's -115 over on BetMGM. And that half point of value, I'm probably locking this in right away, because I think that is some serious value, especially when you're talking football, right? Obviously, that 3 to 3.5 number could mean a lot. So give me Dallas here against the spread. In terms of the total, I kind of like, if anything, and it is kind of a weird one, I can admit that, I kind of like the only total play that I'm really looking at would be the under in the first half. I think that this is going to be sort of a game in which both these offenses kind of come out. They have new weapons on the outside. Obviously no Zeke for Dallas now. Tony Pollard's going to have most of the workload. I think there's going to be a little bit of a sort of warm-up period. And right now, in terms of a total, I do think that you can get that for plus money, if I'm not mistaken, over on DraftKings for +110. So I think that is definitely something that is worth kind of considering too as you look into this game. So give me the under in terms of a first half total. I don't necessarily think that that's going to be a final play. Keep an eye on the pinned comment just to see if we do roll with that. As of right now, final play so far will be the Dallas Cowboys here -3. All right, now on to our player props, but I got two things to talk to you guys about first. Fade Me, the brand that we have here on the channel. If you do want to support us and support what we're doing here, pick up some Fade Me gear. I'm so excited about this brand. Just a couple months in, been a huge success so far. So if you've been part of that, thank you very much, but make sure to check it out. You can use promo code 20, so 20 FADE to save 20% off of your order. I got the Fade Me Wiser tee on right now. This is some legitimate quality stuff, guys. It's not just like YouTuber merch where you could take this and just peel it off first wear. No, this is legitimate stuff. Obviously, always recommend washing cold with cold water and then hang drying, but you should be doing that for any of the clothes you care about, to be completely honest. But yeah, these can survive the toughest of tasks. So go check out Fade Me, guys. Really, really, really helpful if you guys want to support the channel. And the second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was Outlier, because we're about to get into these two player props, right? And Outlier helped me find both of them. So if you do want to check out Outlier, and we're going to jump in and show you the tool itself in just a second, but if you do want to check out Outlier, you can get 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment, guys. I'll also throw it in the description as always, but 7 days free. After that, $19.99 a month. Well worth it. Super, super, super cool tool. Let's jump in and show you the first of two player props here. Isaiah Hodgins over 0.5 touchdowns for plus 380 over on DraftKings. You can see that's beating a couple other books. FanDuel all the way down, 120 points less at plus 260. So in December last year, December on is really what I want to focus on here. He was getting targets and he had 5 touchdowns from December on. In fact, only 2 weeks played without a touchdown. And if you look at his target share, again, this is the marking that we're looking at. The dude averaged just about 1 touchdown or 1 red zone target per game, and the Giants had plenty of target red zone attempts as well. So I like the spot here for them. And if you look at what we're looking at, I guess, in terms of the spot for this, in terms of Dallas. You know, they're not the most red zone efficient team or anything like that, but I do think that, you know, a guy like Hodgins has the ability to get one target and catch it. And you can see in spots like this, 7 red zone team targets, right? He got 3 of those targets and he had 1 touchdown. Again, really just December on. I think that there's some serious value there. Now, the only thing I would say about this is that, yeah, there is plenty of new targets and sort of guys that are coming up a little bit more in terms of what we're looking at here. So maybe that, you know, 40% share or 33.3% share that he's been getting doesn't stay right around there. But when he gets targeted, so if he gets targeted, there's a really good chance that he scores, and they're trying to create some stuff for him as well. So that is player prop number 1, Isaiah Hodgins over 0.5 touchdowns for plus 380. And then the second one, a little bit more lackluster, but I still like it. Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown here for plus 105 over on FanDuel or DraftKings. Really just backing the premier player on this team. I do think that, you know, if there's one thing that Dallas may lack in, it is that rush defense. Now, they have enough playmakers to make it happen, but the pass defense is really their bread and butter. Their rush defense, at least last year here, let up the 8th most yards in the league, or 9th most yards in the league. So I do think Saquon, like I even said earlier in the video, I'm not necessarily worried about him, more or less about the passing game and Daniel Jones and who he's throwing to, but Saquon I think is going to be able to go in there, and that is why you're getting only plus 105 odds. So long shot on Hodgins. Maybe they give him a nice little play in the end zone and he catches it, but again, going to be tough to do that, but I do think Saquon's going to have his fair share of chances. And guys, that's all we have for you guys for Sunday Night Football here. If you're watching this before the game or before some of the other, obviously, games that have been played, we do have videos out that are breaking down. I'm not sure exactly when they'll be out, but definitely the Sunday slate game, which will go through every game outside of Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games. So we go through all the 1 o'clocks and the 4 p.m.s as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Again, to recap, we got Dallas -3, 115 over on BetMGM. I'll put all the odds down below as spread play, player prop number 1, player prop number 2, just so we know people have to watch the video. But Dallas -3 over on BetMGM. Isaiah Hodgins for over 0.5 touchdowns, so anytime touchdown score. And then same thing for Saquon Barkley. And there we go, guys. Let's go. We got our first Sunday night game. Thursday night's in the books. By the time, you know, this game is happening, our Sunday slate is in the books. We're in full speed ahead and steam ahead in terms of football, and I could not be happier. So, yeah, let's go cash, guys. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.